Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some workflow when I'm shooting concert photographs. So stay tuned and I'll tell you a little bit about what I do in order to get a great shot like this. So welcome back. I'm just going to show you real quickly what I do when I come back from a photo shoot from a concert and I need to color correct some of my pictures and put them into Photoshop and use the plugin Camera Raw. So here we go. So we're in Bridge and we're going to pick a photo and open it up in Camera Raw. Then we're going to get our little eyedropper and we're going to pick something that we think is sort of neutral gray and give us some kind of color balance. So we look around, see if there's anything else that's going to give us the balance. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go in after we've adjusted it and play with some of the settings. Brighten it up a little bit, maybe mess around with the shadows, depending on what we want to see in the background and what we don't want to see, and check our white to see what's happening with the white here, and then go into cranking up some of the color, because even though there's colored spotlights on the subject matter, we want to sort of get it so the brain sees it as being a little normalized, but at the same time we also want to be a little theatrical. Once we've done that, we open it up in Photoshop, have a look at it, see what we think, compare it to the one that the camera shot for us, and if we like it, you can see here that the color's way better, and then we just do a save on our desktop, and keep it as a Photoshop file. So that's done. So then we go back to Bridge again, look through our files, see if there's another one that stands out. This one looks pretty good. So we open that up in Camera Raw, get our little color picker again, see if we can balance the colors a little bit, and again go through our little sliders to adjust what we want to see, and then kick color up. Now remember that when you're doing this, it's all about what's happening on your monitor and what you're seeing. So if you've got your monitor calibrated correctly and these are all true to life colors, then you're gonna be able to change things on your screen and get really close to what you think looks good. So again, once you got that tweaked, open it up in Photoshop, take a look at it, and compare it. See whether there's this red or pink color that is showing on there is washing over him completely, whereas here it's not washing so much. You still have the theatrical aspect going on, but it's not washing over so much. So then you save that one too, and we're saving that on the desktop as well. Just make things nice and simple, and then we're going to go back and look in another folder, look at everything separated in folders, and look for another shot, something that jumps out of us. Now you can edit however you want. You can go through these intensely, looking at them and separating them, but I've got them in separate little files. Again, I open this one up in Camera Raw, I take a look for the color balance, bring up the exposure a little bit. Again, I want to keep it theatrical, but I don't want it to look sort of unrealistic to a point, so I just adjust this and then I add a little bit of saturation and color. And again, it's really up to you what you think is going to be acceptable for how you want to show your print or the image, how you're going to share it, on Instagram or on your website or whatever you want. So it's up to you to just decide how you want to have all these photographs. And just because the camera takes a picture and gives you an adjustment doesn't mean to say that you can't do any of these adjustments yourself. So again, open it up in Photoshop and compare it with the one that the camera took on stage, and see whether you like the new version or if you prefer not to. Now I did notice that in this one here, we've got nice natural colors back here, but unfortunately what's happened is the background area here on this person on stage has got a little tweaky, so we're going to have to go in there and do a little Photoshop work to get rid of some of that stuff, which is no big deal. He is a person in the background, and our main focus is on this foreground guitar player, so that's pretty good. And again, we save that onto the desktop. And then we carry on looking for other photos that we think are going to be the ones we want to open up. And as I said to you before, you can organize these as best as you like, or you can narrow them down, you can do whatever you want. I'm just showing you a quick way of how I open these raw files up in Photoshop, obviously in the raw file plugin, and do the adjustments for me to get them to somewhere where I like them. This one is definitely bathed in super pink, but you can also see that with a little bit of color balance, which shifts off to another color direction. And the question is warm tones. Everybody likes warm tones better than I like cold tones, but you'd be surprised how many people actually, when they think of musicians, they always have lots of blue light. So, don't shy away from blue. Blue's a good rock and roll thing. And in this particular picture, as we open it up here, you'll see that the guitar is pretty good. I mean, it looks very natural, as to compared to the fact that some of that other equipment back there is bathed in sort of a bluish greenish light, a cyan kind of look. Now you see it's all very natural here. Looks pretty good. So again, we save this one on a desktop. And again, if you wanted to, you can make a file, put them all in. But I'm just doing this just so that you can see a little bit of my workflow of how I open these up in the raw plugin in Photoshop, and then tweak them to make them look cool. All right, and there you have it. Going into Photoshop, opening up the plugin for the raw converter, and tweaking them gives you great control over what you want as an end result for a great photograph like this. And I do this on a constant basis because, being a working photographer, I take on all kinds of assignments, and at the moment I've got a gig where I go out and shoot several different concerts for promoters, and I have to deliver some of those photographs to them finished, and some of those photographs have to go to publishers, and they've got to be color corrected. And if I'm going to have my name associated with some of those images, I want them to look the way I would like to have them. So there you have it. That's the story behind getting concert photographs to look the way you want them to look. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, pop over to my website and check out my blog. I've got some interesting stuff on there. I also got some things there where I talk about how I shot a concert for Duran Duran. There's lots of other interesting things on my blog, so check it out at Andre Felix Photo. You can also follow me on Instagram, and maybe it will help inspire you to do some shots of your own. And all I can say is thanks a lot, and bye for now.